Hey guys, I'm going to give you a very basic, easy to read, easy to follow, step-by-step, Phase 2 Season of Discovery Warrior Guide. I'm just going to be going over my talents, runes, and then some rotation things. If you guys have more specific questions that you would like me to cover, just let me know in the comments or I could potentially make a video about them. Keep in mind, I'm doing this video off the top of my head, so if there's any pauses in between me talking, it's just because I'm thinking about what I'm going to say next. Let's go ahead and get started. We're looking at our talents here. Right now, arms is the way to go, no questions asked, and I'm talking all the way down. So we're going to go ahead and grab our 3 in improved heroic strike and our 3 in rend. Now we're not touching parry, we're not touching charge, we're not touching thunderclap. We're going to go ahead and put 4 points in tactical mastery. Now why I'm not doing all 5 is because we can go ahead and grab our improved overpower. So we're getting 50% crit chance on overpower at level 21, as you can see right here. That's huge to have for your leveling. Now, if you want, you can grab your 5th point here, and then you can go ahead and grab deep wounds. Now here, you kind of have an option. You can go get anger management right away if you want, especially if you're dungeon spamming. That's a great talent. And then you can grab your impale and then your 2-handed specialization. Now notice how I only put 1 point in. You could technically get sweeping strikes at level 29. If you want to do that, great for dungeon AoE grinding, grab that, and then go ahead and go back and grab your 2-handed specialization. Now, I know that humans have a sword racial, and it's great getting that 5 extra skill points in swords. But with Bonebiter available, Ravager available, Whirlwind Axe available, and then obviously the Axe and Nomergon, you really don't have a choice other than to grab the extra crit on axe specialization. And now with our last point left, we have Mortal Strike. Again, I just want to reiterate what I was just saying there. I know humans have the racial for sword and mace, and that's great, but right now with all the better axes available, I just feel like the better option right now is to just get the 5% crit with your axes. So let's go ahead and look at our runes here. Now the chest one is very easy. Flagellation is the only one that is worth grabbing right now. Now, why that is because you get the 25% bonus to physical damage for 12 seconds after activating Blood Rage and Berserker Rage. So Berserker Rage is a 30-second cooldown, Blood Rage is a minute. You no longer have to wait a minute to use this all the time. So obviously this rune is really the only rune to go. Now for hands, people still like to use Quick Strike, and I don't mind using Quick Strike just to fish out the Wind Fury procs, but right now Endless Rage I believe is probably your best option. I believe it is your best option, especially since Quick Strike got nerfed. Now looking at our waist, Blood Surge is great if you're a Fury build. And now why I don't suggest using this rune as an arms is because you're not really using Heroic Strike, and you're obviously not using Bloodthirst. So really you would only get this proc off of Whirlwind, and to me that's just not worth. I would rather get the instant slam, but has a 6-second cooldown. Precise timing, if your arms, is definitely the way to go. Now looking at our feet, Rallying Cry is really the only one here. I can see in Rage if you're PvPing, but this is for DPS Warrior. Help your raid out, get Rallying Cry. Now for legs, Consumed by Rage got nerfed. Frenzied Assault is really the only way to go. So there's our runes here. I'll let you look at them while I'm scrolling. Now I just want to talk about some of the rotation things. Obviously you're going to be in Berserker stance. You really only want to be using your Slam, Whirlwind, and Mortal Strike. You do not want to be using Heroic Strike, and you are going to notice a huge dump off of your overall DPS if you're actually using Heroic Strike. The only time you want to be using Heroic Strike is if you need a quick rage dump, and then you're switching to Overpower. So Overpower is the greatest ability that you have right now because of that crit percentage. The problem is if you don't want to waste all your rage, right? So you need to dump all your rage out before you switch to Overpower. So if you need to use Heroic Strike in that instance, go ahead. Overall, you really only want to be using Slam. Again, Slam, Whirlwind, and Mortal Strike off of cooldown, and then Overpower after you dump all of your rage and switch stances. Now for Flagellation, with the 12-second chance on it, you can actually, if you time it right, you can actually use Whirlwind twice on that. So you would get 25% bonus damage on your whirlwind twice there. So again, for your rotation, all you really want to be using is Mortal Strike, Whirlwind, and Slam off cooldown. Don't worry about Heroic Strike unless you need the dump Rage. If you're not using Quick Strike and you're using your Endless Rage instead, make sure you're using Hamstring to fish out some Wind Fury procs. Very quick video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you another time.